burning sky, British man emerges as lone miracle in Air India tragedy that claimed over 240 lives. "Tell my mum I'm alive" were his fading words. June 13th, 2025, Mumbai, India. In a tragedy that has stunned the world, Air India Flight AI812 crashed while attempting to land at Mumbai's international airport during a violent monsoon storm late Thursday night, leaving more than 240 people dead. Among the very few who survived, and the only one pulled from the wreckage long after the fires had cooled, was British citizen Thomas Llewelyn, 27, whose whispered plea, "Tell my mum I'm alive," has now become the symbol of a hope that defied death. The deadliest night in Indian aviation since 2010, Flight AI812 departed from Dubai and was nearing the end of its journey when catastrophe struck. The plane, a Boeing 777, reportedly overshot the rain-slicked runway, skidded across the tarmac, and slammed into a perimeter wall before exploding into flames. The intense fire consumed most of the fuselage within minutes. Emergency response teams scrambled through the wreckage as fire raged around twisted steel and bodies. By sunrise, the death toll had reached 243, making it one of the worst aviation disasters in over a decade. But then, as bulldozers cleared smoldering debris, a faint voice was heard from beneath a collapsed section of the fuselage. Rescuers froze. He said, "Tell my mum I'm alive." "That was all," said rescue worker Priya Natarajan. We all stopped breathing for a moment. The survivor, no one expected. Thomas Llewelyn, seated in 34A, was found pinned under a seat frame in a collapsed overhead compartment. He suffered severe leg injuries, fractured ribs, and minor burns, but was conscious, and more astonishingly, alive nearly 6 hours after the crash. Doctors at Global Care Hospital in Mumbai say his condition is now stable. "He was moments away from slipping into unconsciousness when we got to him," said Dr. Samir Raut. "If we were 5 minutes later, he wouldn't have made it." Llewelyn's parents, Deborah and Charles Llewelyn, have flown to India to be by his side. "We are overwhelmed with gratitude," said his mother. "Thomas was meant to come home next week. I can't stop thinking of what might have been." What went wrong? A preliminary report suggests that intense rainfall had reduced visibility to nearly zero during final descent. It appears the pilot made an attempt to abort the landing, but lost control due to wind shear and a late touchdown. The black boxes have been recovered, and Indian aviation authorities are working with Boeing and international experts to determine the full cause of the crash. Air India issued a brief statement. "We extend our deepest condolences to all families affected by this tragedy. We are cooperating fully with investigators." A voice that moved the world. Social media erupted with messages of mourning and awe at Llewelyn's survival. The hashtag #TellMyMumI'mAlive trended worldwide by Friday morning, and messages of support poured in from across continents. Thomas's words represent the unbreakable bond between a child and their mother, even in the darkest moment, one Twitter user wrote. From death, a message of love. In a short, tearful interview from his hospital bed, Thomas recalled the moments after the crash. "There was smoke everywhere. It was hard to breathe. People were gone. I didn't see anyone moving. I thought, this is how it ends. Then I thought of Mum. I kept saying it in case someone heard me. That's all I had left." His words, simple and human, have become a global echo of resilience and connection, a reminder that even in disaster, the will to live burns bright. A nation in shock, a world in mourning. Flags across India are flying at half-mast today. Candlelight vigils are taking place in Mumbai, Delhi, and across the UK. Meanwhile, grief-stricken families await the identification and repatriation of loved ones. For now, the wreckage is being cleared and black box data reviewed. But amid the sorrow, the image of Thomas Llewelyn being carried out, bruised, bloodied, but breathing, endures. The crash of Air India Flight AI812 may be remembered for its loss, but it will also be remembered for the voice that refused to fade.